Assalamu alaikum. This lecture about the domain and range. So what is domain? Let us define the domain. The input values, let this is f. F is a function is a machine, and the input value to the machine, that is denoted by x, and known as, the input values are known as domain, while the function will give you some output. The output or the results of the function, that is known as range. So domain is input values, and the output or the result, that is range. Okay, so coming to this example, to find the domain and range, remember these two conditions. The function, when you replace the values of x, remember there should never be negative value inside the square root, because this will give you imaginary result. For domain, the input value must give the real value, the real result, not the imaginary one. So remember this one. Your results, while putting the values, there should never be negative value inside the square root. Remember this one. If there is negative value inside the square root, you have to avoid that value, for which the function gives negative value inside the square root, not the negative. स्क्वायर रूट के अंदर नेगेटिव नहीं होना चाहिए. जो वैल्यू आपको नेगेटिव देता है तो उसे ख़त्म कर दें, उसे पुट ना करें, तो वो आपके डोमेन में नहीं आएगा. फर्स्ट. द सेकंड वन, द फंक्शन should never be of the form that there is zero in the denominator. डिनोमिनेटर में ज़ीरो नहीं आना चाहिए, नीचे इधर ज़ीरो नहीं आना चाहिए. Okay, so these two conditions must be remembered. So now let we have f of x या y of x. F of x and y of x, these are similar. Sometimes we write f of x, while sometimes we replace that f of x by y. These two are similar. f of x की जगह y या y की जगह f of x आप लिख सकते हैं. Now check the domain and range of y is equal to x square. So we are given a function y is equal to x square. Now replace the value that you can put. I can put here positive value, negative value, because there is no square root, so there will be no negative value. There is no, and the question is not in the division form, so there will be no division by 0. Okay, if I put 0 here, so this becomes 0. और 0 पुट करें तो 0 आंसर आ रहा है. पुटिंग 1 पुट करें तो 1 square, that will give you 1. This is the output and these two are the input. When you put -1 here, -1 square, -1 square will be again 1. So it means you can put any value. You can put any value. The putting values are known as domain. So you can put any value from minus infinity to plus infinity. Means you can put any real number. But remember, your answer may be 0 and positive numbers. It should never give you negative, because they are square, and when you put negative value, that becomes positive. So the smallest value is 0 and the maximum value may be any one. So its range is positive real number including 0. So we can write this as 0 to infinity. Okay. Now the second one, y is equal to 1 over x. 1 over x means you can put any value except 0, because this will violate this condition. As I have told you that there should never be 0 in division form. But here is x, when you replace this x by 0, so this becomes 1 by 0, so avoid this 0. Other than this 0, you can put positive value, negative value, any value. So it means your domain is all real number except the 0. So we can write this as from minus infinity to 0, from 0 to infinity. So these two will not be included, but the simplest way is this one. This is the domain. Range, 1 over x, your answer may be positive or negative. So here we, and there will be no 0. The range is also real number except 0. Okay. Now the third one. Y is equals to square root x. Here should never, you should put all the values except negative 1. Except negative 1. So it means your domain for this function y is equal to square root will be positive real number. Positive real number means and 0. 0 you can put here 0. 0 square root is 0. You can put any positive but no negative. Okay, so its domain is from 0 to infinity. So this is, in simple word, is positive. And your answer, you can check, your answer will be, we are not putting negative value, so we will get no negative answer. So its answer is also positive. Okay, and check these two as well. So this is all about the domain and range. Okay, find the domain and range for these. This is your homework. This is your task. But let me give you a few points. You should have to put all the values except negative. नेगेटिव वैल्यू आप यहाँ पे ना पुट करें. ओके, ये आपका इधर भी डिवाइड में 0 नहीं आना चाहिए, मतलब टी की वैल्यू 0 ना हो और टी की जगह नेगेटिव वैल्यू पुट ना करें. तो बाकी जो बचा वो आपका डोमेन होगा और आंसर्स आपके कुछ भी आ सकते हैं. और इधर भी ये बात आई हैव ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन दिस इन द क्लास, सो ट्राई ऑल दिस.